I'm absolutely certain that the new president and the new administration will be strongly committed to a strong NATO. Because strong NATO is important for Europe, but it's also important for the United States. Two world wars have learned all of us that stability, peace in Europe is also important for the United States. And we have to remember that the only time NATO has invoked the Article 5, our collective defense clause, was after an attack on the United States. And hundreds of thousands of European soldiers have fought in Afghanistan in a military operation that was a direct response to an attack on the United States.
Have you spoken to the President-elect?
I had a phone call with him after he was elected, and that was a very good conversation, and he reconfirmed the strong commitment of the United States to NATO, to the transatlantic bond. And this is something which is not only words, but is also deeds, because we see that the US is now increasing its presence in Europe with a new brigade, and this has a strong bipartisan support in the United States.
Did he use the obsolete word with you? And do you think he's got justification? Because the message here from those close to him was NATO was formed at a time when we were fighting communism, and actually now the big issue is Islamic State. So actually the treaty, the setup here needs changing. Do you agree with that?
NATO is the most successful alliance in history because we have been able to adapt and to change when the world is changing. For 40 years, NATO was about collective defense in Europe, deterring the Soviet Union. Then, after the end of the Cold War, we went out of NATO territory to the Balkans, to Kosovo, ending conflicts, ethnic conflicts there. Afghanistan, fighting pirates off the Horn of Africa. Now, in many ways, NATO is coming back to Europe because we see a more assertive Russia. We are strengthening our collective defense in Europe again. So I think the success of NATO is that we have always been able to adapt. President-elect Trump is focused on the importance of Europeans paying war. I totally agree with him. And I welcome the fact that European allies have now started to increase defense spending.
But more's needed.
There is a long way to go, but after many years of decline in defense spending across Canada and Europe, at least we have seen that the trend has shifted. We see now increased defense spending again in Europe, and that's a movement in the right direction. And I think that I very much look forward to work with Donald Trump on pushing that further when he becomes president.
But you disagree with the obsolete word?
The important thing now is that we come together, that we sit together with the new president. We will have a summit in Brussels where the president will come, and then we can sit together around the table and agree how to continue to modernize and strengthen NATO.
Hey there, thanks for checking out CNBC on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all of the day's biggest stories. You can also click on any of the videos around me to watch the latest from CNBC. Thanks for watching.